Hello my friends and welcome back. Poland is back in business for the wrong reasons again. But hey, what can I do? If they piss against the wind, they get wet. So let's see what's going on here. This is an article from the New Voice of Ukraine, a Ukrainian obviously outlet from today the 14th of February 2023. Polish Foreign Ministry fires all Moscow educated employees. All right, so the Polish Foreign Ministry fires all people who got a diploma from a university from Russia. Okay, so let's see. If this would happen in the United States of America, that would be called discrimination. Right? Class action suit or something, right? Something like that, no? So let's say I'm right here, right? Okay. Let's say I go to Romania. I was born in Romania, all right, let's say. And I go to Romania, and over there, let's say I get a position in the Romanian government. Okay, let's say, I don't know, let's say in foreign policy, right? And they say, well, at one point, Romania gets in a little, I don't know, scuffle. Not even scuffle, actually, it's not even a scuffle. Because Poland is not at war with Moscow, with Russia. So let's say Romania doesn't like the United States of America all of a sudden. And they know that I was educated in the United States of America. I have a degree in United States of America, awarded by University, American US University. So they will fire me because my education, let's say it's in foreign policy. Okay, here. They fire me because they think that I promote the education that I got, educated in the United States of America. I promote, I don't know, imperialism. Or I impose, or I don't know, what kind of ideas they think I have. Is that fair? Now, I work over there as a public servant. I work over there as an employee. All right? Probably I just push some papers. Probably it's only a few people over there in foreign ministry that really have a free hand to make policies or deal with other things. And then everything goes to a centralized office, and from there goes to wherever the country's policy. So you tell me if that is fair. Let's say I'm educated in psychology, right? And let's say I work with people. Let's say I work in the military, or let's say in the Secret Service in Romania. I work in psychology. That's a needed field over there. But I was educated in the United States of America. Okay, let's say I was educated in France. And when I go over there, they'll say, well, because we don't like France for whatever reason, we're not at war with France, we're going to fire you because you were educated, let's say, in France. And not only that, but I'm telling you why. Not only that you were educated in France, but you also learned about Piaget. And Piaget was a French psychologist. So because you learn about the French psychologist, no? I think a psychologist or psychiatrist. He has the stages of cognitive development in children. That's a very known study. Right? He has the stages. Pam pam pam. So because of that, I cannot perform in Romania because the Romanian government doesn't like the French government. I can be in Romanian Secret Service, let's say, or CIA, how we want to call it over there, okay? Is that a good enough reason? Without proving that I'm skewed, or I didn't do anything wrong. Is that I was educated over there? That's the argument these guys give. Is that normal? Is that discrimination? It's like you are firing someone preemptively without doing anything just because he's got a diploma. Remember Saakashvili. Saakashvili was educated in the United States of America. He became the president of Georgia. Should have been disqualified from the very beginning because he could have been an asset, a U.S. asset, which usually people who are doing this are, just so you know. I'm very aware of that. People are educated abroad, big countries, and they go back to Romania, and I know that for a fact, and they just go like boof, up. Look who promoted, who opened the doors for these guys, and you might find out they probably come over here, while they were students wherever they were. That's the easiest way. This is probably what these guys are doing. the polls. But why do they do it now, after a year? They needed 1 year to figure out those guys over there. Why didn't they do it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago? Why only right now? Why not 3 months ago? Don't tell me they didn't have the information. And they did not mention that. I'm going to read you what is the reason they use to fire these people. Let's go. So this is whatever, man. This is Zbigniew Rau. Zbigniew. All graduates of the Moscow State Institute of International Relations have been fired from Poland's foreign ministry. Polish Foreign Minister Zbigniew Rau told newspaper Gazeta Polska on February 14th. Rau, this is his argument right here. Rau argues that the Moscow State Institute of International Relations was an instrument in promoting of Russian imperialism. So that means that whomever went to this Institute of International Relations in that country was influenced by Russian imperialism and they cannot function. Correct? That's this guy's statement. Imagine this is the foreign minister. This guy will talk to Lavrov. This guy will talk to Peter Sziarto of Hungary. This guy will talk to Dr. Jay Shankar. This guy right here. I have no problem with his face, but it's look right here. This is his argument. This is his argument. All right, and it says, it was part of, I'm quoting, it was part of the Soviet soft power. Graduates were supposed to serve and propagate the imperial thinking. Rause, Soviet soft power. I have to mention this person here, who's a foreign minister. He should know world history like I know what's in my fucking pants right now, okay? So he should know that. So when did Soviet Union disappear? 1991? Well, I have to break the news to you that we are in 2023. Hello, Biden, I mean Rau. We are in 2022. That's about 2023. My bad, stupid myself as well. So, hey, we are about what? 32 years late. So a person who graduated at the institute must be at least 50. At least 50. More than 50 actually, because it's 32 and you graduate, let's say at 25, yeah, it will be like 57 or something. 58. So everybody over 58, well, that means you have a problem with the ageism. So you discriminate against age now? And how can you just say this, that they have this soft power? Did you find any traitors? If they do, then you fire them. The minister noted that diplomats who graduated from the Moscow Institute were fired 2 months ago. Still, 9 months. And what's your problem with these guys? Are you at war with them? It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable how you think you're on the right side of everything. And I'm quoting, we managed to complete a very important process that is part of decommunization in a broad sense. This is weasel talk, decommunization in broad sense. It started with lustrous laws. Lustrous laws. And that's it. That's it, my friends. That's the whole thing this guy argued about. Right here, this Rau. What is his name? Zbigniew Rau. Good job. Well, I'm sorry. You could have said like this. We found traitors, we got spies, and we uncover them, and we send them back to where they belong. We're gonna use the law. But to say that they might have the wrong thinking, basically this is what I'm saying. Just because they graduated a university in a country that you particularly don't like, or not even your country, because I'm pretty sure there's some Poles over there who have nothing against Russian people. But anyway, I'm not saying others don't have, but here it is. And the United States says anything? The human rights, the liberties, freedom, equality. Hey, how about, what if there were some women fired? Is that discrimination? How about feminism? Nothing? Nobody moves in? He should have said about the spies, or he should have said about the traitors, and provide evidence for that. Gigi was caught doing this or doing this was doing and so on. Yeah, but like this, because they graduated over there. That means if I graduate in Romania and I'm here and something they don't like the Romanians, I will be what? Kicked out of a job? Remember, if I did psychology and right now let's say I'm at a state and I have a job with my degree in psychology and I did psychology. In psychology I used Pavlov, right? That means if I learned about Pavlov, I will have a certain kind of mentality. Isn't that generalization? Is that xenophobia? To say that everybody who's studying in foreign relations in Russia is going to be an imperialistic country? If you're about imperialistic country, we can look at others even if you put a mirror in front of Mr. Rao. Don't ask me how, just look in the history. Because if you look in the history, Poland was not the most peaceful country in the planet in the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th century. Just check it out. And there was still Poland. And you know what the answer will be? Man, we are proud Poles, man. We are even 18th century. Napoleon Bonaparte, which I admire, he was he spoke in high, terms about the Polish fighters. And for good reason. They were courageous. They would not break the front, the line. So, you know what I mean? Tell me how much you want about imperialism. When do you take imperialism? In the last 30 years, 50 years, 200 years? Because I know another country that was imperialistic. Can you mention it? Can you name it? It's across Atlantic. Zimbabwe, yeah, that one. You want imperialist mentality? How about France? No. Spain? Oh, Great Britain or England? No. Portugal? Netherlands? Really? I mean, I can do like this in Europe and probably not miss certain. But then they say, well, the European imperialist powers. No. You can name them. 6 maybe? That's it. 7 maybe? 6, 7? So spare me with this kind of bullshit. So when he talks of the imperialistic mentality of Russia, what about the United States imperialistic mentality? Doesn't have one? Okay, how many military bases it has around the world? Is that a sign of imperialism or not? Tell me all these big wars where they start. What do they have in common? Most of the time it's the same guy here. Because he's the force of good or because he wants to control shit. I mean, come on, let's stop pretending we're children here. So I think this is discrimination against whomever is over there. I personally don't care about those people, just so you know. I don't care. I don't know them. They live in Poland. They're Polish. All right. But if you have values, if you have principles, you have to defend them. You have to say something about it. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're good people, bad people, in between people. I don't know if they're straight, if they're homosexuals. I don't even care. Tall, short, fat, thin, I don't care. The principle. And the justification, it's even more embarrassing for our intelligence. Because they studied over there, it must be that they have an imperialistic worldview. Who's pointing fingers at whom? This guy is over 60. You were under communist rule, so that means you're a communist? Should they fire you because you have a communist mentality? Definitely this weasel right here was born under communist regime, right here. He's over 60 by far. And I don't remember Poland being not a communist in 1990 or 1989, 1988, 1988. And still this guy was 30-some. So he was educated by the communist system. You're a freaking communist. You should not rule over there. You should not be in that position. You can't fight for freedom and democracy in your position. You should be fired first. See how I caught a weasel, a hypocrite. You get out first. I think I rest my case with this weasel already. Communists clothed in the, clothes of Democrats and freedom lovers and blah, blah, blah. His actions are not very freedom oriented. That's the communist style. You out because I say so. I'm pretty sure he didn't have too much power to say. There were other people who also formed a group of cowards. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.